you by Synergy, the ultra premium energy drink from Science. Heavyweight matchup, the 22-year-old Irish Jake O'Brien against the newcomer Josh Schockman. Not much else is different, Randy, especially when you look at a heavyweight matchup in which the guys are just about 3 pounds apart.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Steve Mazzagatti.
Steve Mazzagatti, our referee, a battle of unbeaten heavyweights here tonight at the ARCO Arena in Sacramento. Irish Jake O'Brien.
Are you ready?
Against Josh Schockman. And here we go. Looking
Right
for the
into the
early
shot.
takedown, yep.
Nice single leg by O'Brien. Using the cage, he's going to stack him in. Try to break this closed guard.
Did you say something about that O'Brien would be wise to try to get this one right away down to the mat?
Yeah, look at this rubber guard. You got Schockman, a boxer, from the bottom using a rubber guard.
There you go, Jake.
Past the guard for a moment, trying to get some control early is Irish Jake O'Brien. Made quick work of Christophe Madou 53 seconds into the second round in his UFC debut. He has the attributes, he has the potential, and only time will tell if O'Brien is truly a candidate for a championship potential somewhere down the road.
Hammer fist,
He's only
Jake.
22 years old, Randy.
Yeah, very young. He's got a lot of life ahead of him.
Working right now inside the guard of Josh Schockman.
There you go, Jake. Elbow.
Trying to bring down some big shots.
Elbow.
He needs to bring his hips in and his head up to create more space so he can hit with more accuracy and bigger punches.
That being said, Schockman doing a good job.
Come on, work, Jake. Stay busy.
Closing the distance.
Using that rubber guard.
Rubber guard again, yes. Oh. Big shots with the left, trying to follow up with the right.
Some hammer hands there by O'Brien.
O'Brien, a wrestler at Purdue, wrestled for 2 years at Purdue. Got out of college and went right into fighting.
There you go, Jake. Elbow. With the pass.
By O'Brien from the top.
Stay busy, Jake.
Indiana. O'Brien, a 3-time
Stay
state
busy.
champion in high school in his wrestling career. And when you're an Indiana boy and you go to wrestle at Purdue, that's pretty good right there.
Yeah, that's real good. Great wrestling program.
Schockman doing a nice job, though. Great flexibility for a man 6'4", 240 pounds.
There you go.
I've seen a lot of guys that size use the rubber guard the way he's using it. I'd like to see him open his guard, use his feet, create some space.
Body, head.
His feet. I think that's his area of strength. And he's not really doing
There you go.
Closing his guard here, he's locked himself into being beat up.
Mazzagatti did it for him. They're back on their feet. Let's see if there's a opportunity for O'Brien to go down to the ground immediately again. Will he look for another shot? Yep. Good
Right
sprawl
in on
that
the
time by
double.
Schockman.
Better takedown defense here by Schockman this time. O'Brien tenacious though. He's second shot. He's right back in on a low single.
Suck it in, Jake.
That's the one thing too, Randy, as you well know, because you had to avoid it
There you go.
your entire career. But when you would go in to shoot, when you would look for the shot, what you wanted to do was avoid getting beaten up at it. So if you're the boxer who doesn't want to go down, you got to punish your opponent every time he looks to take you down.
You absolutely do. You need to lower your level a little, shoot your jab up from a lower posture, and try and make him work through those hands to get to your legs, to get to your hips.
If there's
Come on,
no
get busy,
fear
Jake.
of being punished when you look to take your opponent down, then if your energy stays with you, you're going to continuously look to take your opponent down.
Absolutely. He's just going to continue to shoot. As soon as they move into that range of exchanges, he's going to change levels and drive right in and get on those legs, get on those hips.
Trying to get that distance
Elbow,
with
Jake.
O'Brien. Schockman trying to work from
Get
the bottom.
busy.
But again, as you see, when Schockman is taken down, no attempt to get back up. If he's going to wait all night for the referee to do it, it might take too long.
Now, and he's losing these rounds by spending a round on the bottom. Even if there wasn't a punch thrown, he's probably still losing the round simply by the takedown and then being dominated in position.
Now, this round certainly his belong to Irish Jake O'Brien. Schockman 7-0, O'Brien 8-0, combined 15-0 in their mixed martial arts career.
Stop. Let's stand up.
Back up they come again. But Schockman's got to do something different here, Randy.
Hands up.
See how straight-legged he is? He's standing tall. He needs to lower his level.
drop
a little
your
bit,
hands.
Bend his knees. That's going to allow him, number one, to sprawl on the shot.
Let them hands go,
and two,
Jake.
shoot his punches up at O'Brien's head. So O'Brien has trouble getting under them to get to those legs and hips.
Would the kicks be your first choice, or does that make you vulnerable to be taken down? Good double leg.
Nice, right under the punch, penetrated well, took him right down.
Bring him over here, Jake.
Generally,
You got
dangerous
51
if you're worried
seconds.
about being taken down. You post it on
Work,
one
Jake.
leg every time you pick a foot up. It's easy to follow that leg back and take your opponent down.
Pull them arms out.
3 for 3, or perhaps 3 for 4 on the takedown attempts here in round number 1 for Jake O'Brien.
30 seconds, Jake. Come on, Jake, get busy.
Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. ARCO Arena, Sacramento, California, UFC 65. Mike Goldberg, the Hall of Famer, the natural Randy Couture, the longtime UFC heavyweight and light heavyweight champion. Crowd wants him to work it.
Again, O'Brien not being terribly active here. Schockman doing a good job of trapping him, using his legs well to keep him down, chest to
10 seconds,
chest,
Jake, pick it
not
up.
letting him posture up and be terribly effective from the top.
Round number 1 will be in the books. All Jake O'Brien.
Yeah, you won the round. Just a little bit. Give him some more. Give him some more.
When you're guard, get control first and look to pass.
Okay.
Look to pass, bub. You gotta look to pass. Immediately.
Here, he's already looking low for that kick, okay? So go ahead and blast it high. Don't be afraid to blast high. When you throw it, throw it. Don't do it half. Come on, baby. Come on, come on.
Differing messages in each corner, not surprisingly.
Absolutely. Looking for Jake O'Brien to try and pass the guard after he takes him down and work from a better striking position. And they want Schockman to commit to his punches, put a little heat on him, give him something to think about from his feet.
See if he does try to set up for that high kick that his corner talked about.
There's the cross. After high jab, low cross. Try to catch O'Brien coming in. Nice shot by O'Brien. He does a nice
Tenacious.
Yeah, he's
Very tenacious.
He's like a little bulldog. He gets, well, maybe a big bulldog. He gets in there and he's just going to keep driving until he gets where he wants to be.
And this is the thing that now we want to see is one thing is taking your opponent down. Another is then gaining that advantage with the side mount or with the full mount and then finishing the fight. So far we've seen him successful on his takedowns, but he hasn't gone to step 2 or step 3.
Well, he needs to make the transition now to really finding a way to finish the fight from here. He's dominating the position. He's controlling the fight. And he needs to really, the elbows will help him. He's, you know, at some point here, Schockman's spirit is probably going to start to wane a little bit as well.
His corner asking for another elbow, Randy. Irish Jake O'Brien in top position again, but inside the guard of Josh Schockman. And Mazzagatti will stand him up again.
Standing up a little quicker this time, not letting him stay there quite as long.
Which is going to help the energy of really both fighters, but it's going to give more of a chance to Schockman. The longer it's on the feet, at least we anticipate, the more he's going to try to throw.
Lead right hand by Schockman. Low jab.
O'Brien in the white trunks, Schockman in the green trunks. There's the high kick.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the double leg.
Wow.
Timed it perfectly.
Now, Schockman, as we talked about, as he entered the octagon for the first time, has an original base of boxing. He considers himself even a stand-up fighter. So while O'Brien's trying to learn on his feet, I think Schockman in his career is trying to learn on the ground.
Absolutely.
And learn how to avoid being taken to the ground.
Coming at it from opposite ends here. You know, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board and focus a little more on his takedown defense because he's been taken down pretty easily here tonight. But you know, I think he needs to reconsider what he's doing on the ground too. He's got great flexibility. Use that to create some scrambles and get back to his feet.
All right, guys, stand up.
And again they go. And you pointed out Mazzagatti standing it up a lot more quickly here in round number 2.
He's not letting him lay around down there as much. He wants to see the action picked up. This is in Schockman's favor. He gets a chance to come back up, find a way to land a combination. Makes O'Brien work that much harder to continue to take him down and put him on the ground where he wants to be.
But as I brought up to you in the first round, Randy, not one time when O'Brien has looked for the takedown has Schockman put any type of pressure on him or punished him in any way.
Now there's a nice sprawl, but he's not using a knee, he's not throwing anything, you know, time an uppercut, time a knee. Throw something at him. You know, stick a jab in his face, so at least has to work through and around that jab.
And again, if you miss, at least you put a little doubt in the mind of your opponent that he is going to want to continue to shoot and shoot and shoot.
You got to make him pay somehow.
Second round, 143 remains. Heavyweight matchup, ARCO Arena. some point, will O'Brien become fatigued from the constant takedowns, or does his cardio look pretty good right now, Randy?
He still looks to be pretty fresh, but he's definitely spending energy having to repeat these takedowns over and over. It's just the fourth time he's going to have to take this fight to the ground. That's a lot of energy. There's a nice right hand.
Let your hands go.
Kind of an unorthodox stance, if you'll notice. Almost a straightforward stance right now for Josh Schockman. I'd almost like to see him angle off a little more, not only because there's less area to punch, but there's less area to take down as well.
Yeah, he's
kind of faced up against him, isn't he?
Standing straight in front of him. He uses a little more footwork. It'd be a lot harder to take down if he was moving a little more. They can chase you, come after you, and then catch him coming in.
But same position nonetheless.
Right back on his back. Again, O'Brien doing a very nice job of just continuing to drive through and get where he wants to be.
Come on, Jay, get busy.
Final seconds of round 2, and this one undoubtedly is going to go to Jake O'Brien as well.
Yeah, absolutely. 10-9, 10-9 now, I think, for O'Brien. He's controlled the position, he's put the fight on the ground at will. Schockman really ineffective on his feet to land any good combinations or striking. He's going to have to make something drastic happen in the third round here if he wants to get back in this fight.
Jake O'Brien,
lazy
Randy.
jam.
Take down, take down, take down.
All you got to do is he's coming in, all right? He's coming into you. Let the rock.
There's a nice sprawl by Schockman and a second shot. There's another takedown by O'Brien. Again, the sprawl by Schockman. It's a pretty good sprawl. And O'Brien just tenaciously drives through him. He's got the horsepower to finish that double leg.
Third round, Schockman says he'll bring it. Let's find out. I've seen more guys use body shots here lately. High kick again. Defended each time, though, by O'Brien, keeping his hands up nicely.
He's making contact, but O'Brien's got his hand up nice. It's not really damaging him at all.
Yeah, Schockman's got to unleash here, but then, of course, there's the fear when he unleashes, the timing will be there for O'Brien to look for another takedown. He's looking to change positions and look for the body.
Almost looked like a cup check right there.
Inside cup check. Got him again, single.
Nice timing off the low kick.
There seems to be some hesitation for Schockman to unleash the strikes, unlike what his corner said. Trying to pass guard here in the half guard for the first time. Now this is where I know, Randy, you want to see him step on the leg, pull out the right leg, get the mount, and finish the fight.
Absolutely. Try to pass to a better position here. And I actually don't mind the half guard. He can sit on that bottom leg and posture up, but he's not clearing his head and posturing up to land more. Now there he starts to posture. And more effective elbows, effective strikes. Short little elbows by O'Brien from the top position here.
Nice job, got that arm pinned. Had the left arm pinned for a sec, pardon me, the right arm pinned. With his head and his shoulder, and was trying to pound away a little bit on Schockman. O'Brien is well on his way to unanimous decision victory, unless Schockman can do something here. But the wrestling is a sport, as you well know, champ, is a sport of tenacious ability and the ability to continue to impose your will. And while you say that O'Brien hasn't passed, he has truly 12, 13 minutes into this fight imposed his will the entire time.
Absolutely. He's used a good, very, very good wrestler's base and the intensity that the sport of wrestling tends to breed to continue to drive through his opponent, put him on the ground over and over again, and dominate this fight.
And back up again. The time is now, Warhammer.
He's still very straight-legged when he's throwing his kicks and throwing his punches. He's not committing to them. Think about using more footwork, moving around a little more, bending his knees, and committing to those combinations. If you're going to get taken down, at least make him pay. Land.
Good kick.
Kick to the body. Bit of a slapping kick. Didn't really follow through with his hips. Sounded good. O'Brien seems to have slowed down a little bit. Not as good a shot there, but he manages to follow through with the single and finish it. I can imagine why he'd be tired. What's he had, 13 takedowns on this thing?
He's about 13 of 15. If he were a quarterback right now, that would be a very high efficiency rating.
There's a attempt to jump
a little
over,
bit,
pass.
a little bit. And there's no danger. I mean, he's not putting himself in any danger by looking to improve his position.
Not at all.
He's improving his
give
position.
Give the official a reason to keep him on the ground.
Absolutely, a great point. Because Mazzagati's done a good job of standing him up when needed.
A little more of a butterfly guard on one side here by Schockman.
1 minute remains in this heavyweight matchup.
All right, stop, guys. Stand up.
Well, if you're Josh Schockman, it's time to swing for the fences.
Absolutely. 45 seconds left in this, and he needs to let him go here. He's got nothing to lose. Big double leg.
Wow. And that was a great display of just perfect timing. Schockman was thinking about something, and O'Brien beat him to the punch.
Changed levels, penetrated nicely, got it nice and deep and followed through.
And that may be the end of the end, because the beginning of the end was about the third takedown in round number 1.
And Schockman obviously knows a little bit on the ground. I mean, you don't see guys that use their legs effectively this way, but I just think he has to change tactics. He needs to really think about scrambling, creating opportunities to get back to his feet and use his strength, his stand-up.
O'Brien dominates this matchup of unbeaten heavyweights. Bruce Buffer gathering the judges' scorecards. And he re-enters the octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Irish Jake O'Brien.
So Irish Jake O'Brien is 2-0 in the UFC, 9-0 in his mixed martial arts career.